Okay, joining us today is James C. Mulligan, one of the 5 esteemed artists on the Renaissance 2.0 drop. James, thank you for joining us today.
I am thrilled to be here, Russ. I'm really excited with kind of this whole life-changing adventure that we've all decided to sojourn on.
Absolutely. So tell everyone a little bit about yourself and your career to this point. What's the highlight overview?
Well, I'm a college dropout, a proud college dropout. I was a musical theater major at UCLA, and my emphasis was in set design. But I ended up starting at Disney in 1996. So I had a very long career with Disney, and I'm still under contract. I'm working on some Disney and Marvel stuff now. But I did art direction at Playboy. I've done celebrity work. I've got galleries in Las Vegas, and there's galleries I work with in London, and I've got a publisher in London I work with, and then of course a publisher in Canada. So it's neat being able to work internationally, and of course I do appearances around the world for both gallery signings and Comic Cons and stuff like that. But for me to enter into the NFT space as I have, and I feel lucky enough to have kind of found it and found great collectors like you, really bridging that kind of gap into eternity, with my work and having it be owned by multiple people around the world in their wallets and in the metaspheres. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, that's my background. I'm a Disney guy. I'm an old school traditional fine artist. I work with acrylic and oil, watercolor, anything else I can get my hands on. A napkin in a restaurant and a ballpoint pen. But it's been really great, and it's fun to now move into the digital sphere with all this.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So with respect to Renaissance 2.0, when I first brought the idea to you, tell me kind of what your initial thoughts were and what your inspiration behind the incredible piece of art that you created for this was.
Well, I'm obviously who isn't a fan of the icon that is Andy Warhol. It's interesting because it does kind of come full scale. When I was at Playboy, Hugh Hefner signed a 1967 Playboy for me that Andy Warhol also signed the inside of. So I own an Andy Warhol signed Playboy that Hef ended up signing for me, and I was hoping he would just sign his name on the front so it would be worth more, but he signed it directly to me, so it's to Jimmy, best wishes, Hef. But that's my own kind of connection with Andy Warhol. So of course when you brought me the idea, I was incredibly excited because I already had that as a background. But because my work is very Disney, and it's very kind of I have a real romance. I try to bring romance into what I do, and it's just kind of in my DNA because Disney and storytelling is so much a part of who I am as an artist. You're not going to see a whole lot of gore or violence or anything in my work. Even, I did the 50th anniversary cover of Vampirilla for the comic book, and that Vampirilla cover was sort of a Disney princess sort of romanticized version of Vampirilla, something very kind of sweet and beautiful. And I kind of try to uplift a very dark and shadowy world that we currently exist in. So, and I hopefully have brought that to this new piece as well.
That's amazing. Do you want to? Do you have it there?
Right, drum roll.
Sure, why not? Let's show the world.
I'm going to show the back of it first. It measures 16 by 20. It is oil on canvas. It took countless hours to do, but with this, I really wanted to capture kind of a romanticism and sweetness about Andy. Everybody looks at him at the Studio 54 days and the craziness of those times, the discotheques and the clubs. But I wanted to kind of create a moment of Andy and just something that was a little softer and more romantic. So anyway, this is the oil of
Wow, it is just amazing.
There's the reveal.
It's not gonna, the Zoom will not do it justice.
Of course. But this is the piece, and this will be an NFT as well as the original object. But there's the certificate of authenticity. My face next to Annie's. We kind of got the same hair today. His is much better than mine. But
it's the ultimate provenance.
Yeah. So there's no question that I'm the guy. This is not Photoshop. Anyway, so that's that. And I can't wait to see what happens with this, and I hope it ends up somewhere incredibly special.